That's how this project started. I told Bhagawan that, Bhagawan, we require doctors because it has a hospital. He says, you go there, you will find them there. So I come back to Chandigarh. In the evening, we reach our doctor couple's house. I share with them that I have been an ex-student in Bhagawan's institution and we want to set up this project. Both of them had tears in their eyes. I remember that Bhagawan used to do something to make us special. First time when Bhagawan spoke to me, he asked me my name and I said Amar Vivek. So Bhagawan pretended as if he has not understood. He asked me repeatedly, Hamara Vivek? Kya Hamara Vivek? And I had no reason to, disagree. I said, yes Bhagawan, Hamara Vivek. And then Bhagawan said, you know who is Hamara? And then he says, yes, if you are pure, you are mine. So that simple message which Bhagawan has left, whenever I have to tell somebody my name, I know that I have to live up to it. After I had passed my MBA from here, Bhagawan asked me that what will you do? I said, Bhagawan, I will set up a hospital, school and a vocational school in a village which will be totally free. He says, that I will do for you. You set up your legal practice. So as I was busy in setting up my legal practice, suddenly I got an invite from Government of India. They nominated me to 1 year Commonwealth Youth training program where I was to visit 7 countries, Commonwealth East countries, Southeast countries, and get training on village work. So after I finished that, I came to Bhagawan with a project report. I showed to Bhagawan that this is the project I want to set up in the village. So Bhagawan went through. He saw that on the table there was a requirement of 27 acres land which we had projected, and he named this on the project report. He signed and named it by saying Sri Satya Sai Gramin Jagriti. That's the name he gave us. And then I said, Bhagawan, we need land. And Bhagawan says, you need my hand. And my hand is always with you. Go, work, and I'll take care of it. That evening, I was going in Karnataka Express from Puttaparthi to Delhi. Some gentlemen were sitting by my side who were also present in darshans that evening. So the moment they looked at me, I was in whites, as we students are. So they said, sir, today evening we saw you were showing some papers to Bhagawan. What is this? So I told them that this is the project which Bhagawan has blessed. I showed them the project report blessed by Bhagawan. And I told them that we need 27 acres land. So these gentlemen were from Yamunanagar, which is 110 kilometers from Chandigarh, my native place. So they told me, sir, why don't you come to Yamunanagar? We'll show you some piece of land. And they told me, sir, don't worry. Bhagawan has assured us that his hand is going to take care. So you come to Yamunanagar. So next day, and I had not known them earlier. This was my first meeting with them. I go to Yamunanagar, so they were all at the bus station to receive me. And after a short while, we went to a village. We went to the headman, the sarpanch, and I told him, I said, sir, we need this land for setting up a project which will be free school, free hospital, vocational school for the village, for the children, for the ladies. So this gentleman says, sir, perhaps I am headman only for this reason. I am sitting all this while. We have 27 acres of land and we are ready to gift it to you. By that time, I had not projected that we required 27 acres land. But this gentleman instantaneously says, we have that land. So I told him, I said, okay, sir, then I'll go to Bhagawan. I'll seek his permission and come back. He says, sir, you take the resolution. We are calling the panchayat meeting. We are scribbling down the resolution, gifting the land. You take the resolution and place it at Bhagawan's feet. He did not know Bhagawan physically at that time. So this gentleman, they convene the meeting of the panchayat. They hand me the resolution. Suddenly, I, out of some curiosity, asked them, that's the meaning of this village. Village is Dadwa. D-A-R-W-A, Dadwa. So I asked them, sir, what's the meaning of this village name? Because Bhagawan may ask me any question. So what he tells me is most fascinating. He says, sir, Darad is snake hole. This land was, land of snake holes. So from there, it acquired the name Dadwa. And we all know Puttaparthi has the same meaning. So I knew that Bhagawan is already ahead of me and looking after everything. Otherwise, it would not be possible. I hurriedly came back to Puttaparthi with the resolution, showed it to Bhagawan. As I was passing on the resolution to Bhagawan, it was in Hindi. Suddenly a thought, crossed my mind that I will have to read and tell the Bhagawan about it. So Bhagawan smilingly took that resolution and asked me to look at the date. That was the perhaps only, figure which Bhagawan could read according to me at that time. Rest was Hindi. So it was 17 July. Bhagawan said, look at the date. What is this date? So I said, Swami, 17 July. He said, it was Guru Purnima day. On Guru Purnima, Guru takes a vow that till his disciples' aim is not fulfilled, sun will not be set. So he says, don't worry, now everything is there, it will be happening. So I said, Bhagwan, 27 acre land is a very big chunk. Shall we start building a boundary wall over there? You see, this is the only experience I had at that time. I would say, very impractical. Bhagwan looks at me and smiles and says, you know how much it will cost if to build 27 acres land, you have to build a boundary wall, it will be very big amount. So he says, this project has no boundaries, it is boundless. It is having two pillars, love and seva. You do love and seva, don't worry about buildings. Buildings will follow. Everything will follow. But project has to be love and seva. You maintain purity, I take care of the rest. Money is not your responsibility, money is my responsibility, Bhagavan says. He even told once that the evolution of this project is directly proportionate to your own inner evolution. If you are pure, I will take care of it. And the moment you try to involve some politicians or some other people with not good credentials, you will have problems. So that's how this project started. I told Bhagwan that, Bhagwan, we require doctors because it has a hospital. He says, you go there, you will find them there. So I come back to Chandigarh. One evening, one of my friends asked me to, accompany him. And in the evening, we reach a doctor couple's house. I share with them that I have been an ex-student in Bhagwan's institution and we want to set up this project. Both of them had tears in their eyes. So they said, in 1986, we were in Liverpool. Bhagwan appeared in a dream and said that, Dr. Vinod, your job is over. You shift to Yamunanagar. You shift to Chandigarh. And over the years, I will send you a rural project and rest of your life you will pass there. So both of them, they are the pillars, they are the ones who are running the show today. Dr. Vinod Singhal and Dr. Bharti Singhal. Wonderful people. The gentleman has done MCH in orthopedics from Liverpool. And he is sitting in the village and running the show. Both of them, husband and wife, are extremely dedicated. Wife is a gynecologist. And I can't even say how devout they are, how attached they are to one single thing, that is Bhagwan and his mission. They have nothing else in their mind once they are working. Right from early morning, 3 a.m. their day starts. The people line up and they have to give tokens to only such limited people whom they can attend every day. So their day starts at 3 in the morning and single-pointedly they are running the entire show. So that's how Bhagwan had already planned so many things, and I see every day it's happening. The school today which we are running is still 10th class. It has many orphan girls, students from backward class and other areas where lower echelons they can't afford. And all the projects are totally free. We don't charge even a penny over there. This is what Bhagwan had told us. So it's almost 26, 27 years. And it is he who is running the entire show. And we see every day, I can narrate something very interesting in the school, what happened, that we have this, we had a family, Muslim family. So their daughters, they were studying in our school and perhaps their son was a younger son. So one day we resolved that we will all have meals with our class teacher in the classroom. The recess period, the students will have tiffin with their teacher. So as this younger boy, he was hesitant to open his tiffin box. So some students, they were telling the teacher that, ma'am, he brings rotten chapati, that's why he is not opening the tiffin box. So the ma'am immediately goes to him and says, hey boy, what happened? So he was saying, no, nothing ma'am, I'll have it later. But when she opened the lunch box, she found, a rotten chapati in that. So she was taken aback. She immediately took that boy to her, lunch box and gave her lunch and said, "You have with me." Now this boy packed everything, kept it with him and didn't eat. So she asked that boy, "Why you are not eating?" He says, "Ma'am, I have two sisters. They are also in this school. They have also not eaten for last 3 days." So she immediately spotted them and found out the father of these children had killed their mother. And he had been sent to life imprisonment few days back. And these children were with the grandparents. And the grandparents were taking these children to task because these children were the witness to that murder, and they had narrated in the court as child witnesses that we saw our father killing our mother. So the grandparents were not taking care of them. So these teachers, they decided that on rotation, now every day one teacher will bring 3 meals for all the 3 students, and that is how we will take care of them. And they have been taking care of these children. Now besides the joy which this incident gives, it shows the commitment and dedication on one hand. Second is the impact of this in the village. The moment villagers came to know of this, that this is how these children are being taken care of, they also joined this mission. They said, "Now onwards, sir, we will take care of this." We started identifying several old people who had been forsaken by their parents, their children, and they were not being fed properly. So we started bringing those old people to our school. Their children took it as an offense. They felt insulted. It's not a city, it's a small village where the news spreads. So they said, "Sir, don't worry, we'll take care of our children. And we take care of our parents." So 74 was the number when we started initially. Today it's barely 6 or 7. Because rest all are being taken care of by their children. So that impact of the work, that is only possible because of Bhagawan's direct, I would say, taking control of this. I could not have imagined any institution to run like this unless Bhagawan himself was running it. That's I would say 6 kilometers away from city, and how it is being nurtured and taken care of. All I say is that I am only a witness to Bhagawan saying that I'll take care of it. It's my responsibility. And this is how it's one of the best schools in this entire state of Haryana. Our result is usually in 10th class, 100% first class. Although the children are village children coming from very poor strata of society, yet Bhagawan is running the whole show. And Bhagawan had told us, don't ask for funds. We have never asked for donation. But we know how Bhagawan, takes care of the cost, how some people, they donate 50 rupees, some people may donate 5,000 rupees, I don't know, because we are not supposed to ask. And very surprisingly, nowadays Government of India has virtually started a crackdown on NGOs which are so-called NGOs and not doing much. I am told that recently thousands of licenses for FCRA, that is Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, they have been revoked. Only few hundred organizations have got it, and we are one of them, because the accounts are immaculate. They are maintained in a very subtle and simple manner, and I would say truthful manner, because this is how Bhagawan wanted us. And all I say is that if I look back, the time which Bhagawan invested on us, I remember before darshans in the evening, we would be called to mandir, and we will be taken inside. Bhagawan would be spending hours on us, and outside the music would start, darshan time will commence, and Bhagawan would still be with us, and the devotees will hear loud laughter coming from interview room. So after that, Bhagawan would say, all right, be seated here, I'll just go have a quick round of darshan and come back. If I see at this, we were selfish many a times. We used to hold Bhagawan while hundreds and lakhs were waiting outside to see Bhagwan's glimpse, and Bhagwan was inside with us. But yes, I say that Bhagwan has made it possible, because if we believe in him, that he is the one who is the doer, and we just maintain that level of purity. I tell you something very interesting. Once Bhagwan had walked to our classroom. So that day we were studying ZBB. So Bhagwan came and said that I will teach you today, and the topic will be ZBB. So he asked one of the boys, what's the meaning of ZBB? He said, Bhagwan, it is zero-based budgeting. He says, no, it is zero-based bhakti. And then he explained. He says, see, in the night you sleep and you tell, today I committed this mistake, I did this wrong, I actually spoke ill of that person, I spoke wrongly to such person, I did this wrong. And with that hangover you sleep in the night and you get up in the morning, and then again you are thinking over the past. He says, if you get up in the morning and say, Bhagwan, whatever I have done yesterday, I surrender it to you. Today I am a new person. I am born today, I am born now, and from now onwards, please take care of me. Let my day, my whole of the day be surrendered at your feet, and you take care of it. You start afresh every morning. So this is how the zero-based budgeting also, the plan is that you forget the liabilities of the previous day and start afresh. So Bhagwan says, if nobody is will be not committing the mistakes, you will be committing mistakes, but I will be taking care of you. That assurance is there. But we have to be doing what he wants us to do, maintain the purity and simplicity. The moment we are exhibitionist, our things are modeled to suit others, this is where we get a setback. Bhagwan took us to Uti in 1987, and we were all moving around Swami, virtually treating Swami as our own, and not leaving Swami even for a moment for devotees, and encircling him, surrounding him every time. So one day Swami told us that, why don't you go to city, have a round in the bus and come back. So we all went to the city. On the way in the bus, so many of us were together, and some of us, we were discussing that why don't we share some jokes, crack some jokes. And they told me that you come from North, Punjab jokes, why don't you start with all that. So I started, cracking some jokes. And we all know that while we are cracking jokes, on Punjabis, the way they are, things like that. So it went on for quite some time. In the evening we came back, and Bhagwan started asking us, how was the trip? What were you doing? What all you did? What all you saw? And suddenly he came to me and said, hey Amar, there is so much of laughter in the bus. What was it about? So I was immediately taken aback. I said, Bhagwan, it was, we were cracking jokes. He says, see, I was listening, and I was listening very painfully, all jokes. How can you mock at someone? You are Swami students. You should know that when you crack some jokes on a personality or on a community, the basic principle has to be kept in mind is that humor should be laughing with, not laughing at. So he says, Swami also cracks jokes, but Swami's jokes always have a message. So you should never use your energy, firstly, for cracking such jokes, and secondly, never poke fun at others. That right you do not have. This is a sin which our tongue commits. Ever since then, there have been numerous moments in my life whenever I was, some people will ask me, oh, why don't you crack a joke? And suddenly this thought, this like a flash, it will come in the mind that this is how Bhagawan taught us. So this was the subtle way in which Bhagawan was grooming us. I remember once in Kodai, Bhagawan was coming and we were clicking his pictures. So Bhagawan was seemingly very upset. And when he came closer to us, he said, "Don't you see there are ladies behind me and you are continuously clicking my pictures? Somebody will think that, these boys, what has happened to them?" Because he wants us to be very guarded and cautious. He wants to see us to be to be his perfect role models.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Ghananam Tva Ghanapatigum Havamai Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jyestarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspatan Shunvannotivisedasadanam Prano Devi Saraswati Vaje Birvajinivati Dhenama Vitrayavatu Ganeshaya Namah Saraswati Namah Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sahasrasirisham Devam Visvaksham Vishvasambhuvam Vishvam Narayanam Devam Aksharam Paramam Param Vishvata Paramanityam Vishvam Narayana Gumharim Vishvamevedam Purushastat Vishvam Upajevatim Patim Visvasyadmesvaragum Sasvatagum Sivamachyutam Narayanam Mahaneyam Vishvatmanam Parayanam Narayana Paro Jyotir Atma Narayana Paraham Narayana Param Brahma Tattvam Narayana Paraham Narayana Paro Dhyata Dhyanam Narayana Paraham Yaccha Kinchit Jagat Sarvam Drishyate Shruyate Pivam Antarbahishcha Tat Sarvam Vyapanarayana Stitham Anantamavyayam Kavigum Samudretam Vishvasambhuvam Patmakosa Pratikasagum Hidayam Chapyadomukam Ado Nishtya Vitastyanti Nabhyamuparitishtati Jwalamala Kulam Bhati Visvasyayatanum Mahatim Santatagum Silabishtulam Bhatyakkosa Sannibam Tasyante Susiragum Suksmam Tasmin Sarvam Pratishtitam Tasya Madhye Maha Agnir Visvachir Vishvato Mukam Sograbhug Vibhajan Dishtan Naharamajara Kavim Tirya Ghutva Madasai Rasmayastasya Santatam Santapayati Swam Deham Apadatalamastakaham Tasya Madhye Vanishika Aniryodva Vyavashtitaham Nilato Yadamadhyashtat Vidyuleke Vabhasvaram Nivarasukavatan Vipitabhasvatyanupamam Tasya Asikaya Madhye Paramatma Vyavastitaham Sabrahma Sasiva Saharisendra Sokshara Paramaswara Om Shanti 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 Nidhanapataye Namah निधनपतान्तिकाय नमः ऊर्ध्वाय नमः ऊर्ध्वलिङ्गाय नमः हिरण्याय नमः हिरण्यलिङ्गाय नमः सुवर्णाय नमः सुवर्णलिङ्गाय नमः दिव्याय नमः दिव्यलिङ्गाय नमः भवाय नमः भवलिङ्गाय नमः सर्वाय नमः सर्वलिङ्गाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवलिङ्गाय नमः ज्वालाय नमः ज्वाललिङ्गाय नमः आत्माय नमः आत्मलिङ्गाय नमः परमाय नमः परमलिङ्गाय नमः एतत्सोमस्य सूर्यस्य सर्वलिङ्गगष्टापायति पानिमन्त्रं पवित्रं सत्योजातं प्रपद्यामि सत्योजाताय वै नमो नमः भवे भवे नाति भवे भवस्व मां भवोर्भवाय नमः वामदेवाय नमो ज्येष्ठाय नमः श्रेष्ठाय नमो रुद्राय नमः कालाय नमः कलविकरणाय नमो बलविकरणाय नमो बलाय नमो बलप्रमतनाय नमः सर्वभूतदमनाय नमो मनोन्मनाय नमः अघोरेभ्यो थघोरेभ्यो घोरघोरतरेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यो नमस्ते अस्तु रुद्ररूपेभ्यः तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रः प्रचोदयात् ईशानः सर्वविद्यानाम् ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानां ब्रह्माधिपते ब्रह्मणोऽधिपते ब्रह्मा शिवो मे अस्तु सदा शिवो नमो हिरण्यबाहवे हिरण्यवर्णाय हिरण्यरूपाय हिरण्यपतये अम्बिकापतये उमापतये पशुपतये नमो नमः ॐ शान्ति 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 मेधादेवेजुसमानानागात् विश्वाचि भद्रासु मनश्यमानां तया जुस्तानुदमाना दुरुक्तान् बृहद्वदेम विरते सुवीरान् त्वया जुस्ता ऋषिर्भवति देवि त्वया ब्रह्मा गतश्रेरुथ त्वया त्वया जुस्तश्चित्रं विन्दते वसुसानु जुषस्वाद्रविणो न मेदे मेधामयीन्द्रो ददातु मेधां देवी सरस्वतीं मेधा मे अश्विनः उभावाधत्तां पुष्करस्रजाम् अप्सरासु चया मेधा गन्धर्वे सुचयन्मनः दैवीं मेधा सरस्वती सा मां मेधासुरभिर्जुषतागुं स्वाहा आमां मेधासुरभिः विश्वरूपा हिरण्यवर्णा जगते जगम्यां ऊर्जस्वते पयसा पिन्वमाना सा मां मेधासु प्रत्येकाजुसन्तां मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि अग्निस्तेजो ददातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि इन्द्रियं ददातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि सूर्यो व्राजो ददातु हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंसः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः विष्णोर्नुकं वीर्याणि प्रवोचं यः पर्थिवानि विममे रजागुंसि यो अस्कबायदुत्तरगुं सरस्तं विचक्रमानस्त्रेडोरुगायः तदस्य प्रियमपि पातो अस्यां नरो यात्र देवयवो मदन्ति उरुक्रमस्य सैबन्धुरित्तां विष्णो परे परमे मत्व उत्सहं प्रतद्विष्णुस्तवते वीर्याय मृगो न भीमा कुचरो गिरिस्तां यस्योरुषो त्रिषु विक्रमणेषु अधिक्षयन्ति भुवनानि विश्वां परो मात्रया तनुवावृदान् नाते महित्वा मन्वस्नुवन्ति उभे ते विद्मरजसे पृथिव्या विष्णो देवत्वं परमस्य वित्से विचक्रमे पृथिवीमेष एतां क्षेत्राय विष्णोर्मनुषेदसस्यन् ध्रुवासु अस्य कीरयोजना सह उरुक्षितिगुं सुजनिमाचकार तिर्देवा पृथिवीमेष एतां विचक्रमे सतर्चसं महित्वा प्रविष्णुरस्तु त्ववसस्तवेयान् त्वे सा गत्यस्य स्तविरस्य नामाम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः नीलादेवी गुं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये घृणाहि घृतवतीर्सवितराधिपत्ये पयस्वतिरन्तिराशानो अस्तु ध्रुवादिशां विष्णुपत्यघोर शेषानः सहसोयामनुतां बृहस्पतिर्मातरिस्वोतवायु सन्दुवानावाता अभिनो गृह्णन्तु विष्टम्बो दिवो धरुणः पृथिव्या अशेषाना जगतो विष्णुपत्नीम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महेशाम् को ब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Vighneshwara Gananatha Gajanana Parthi Nandana Shubhayana Vighneshwara Gananatha Gajanana Vighneshwara Gananatha Gajanana Parvati Nandana Shubhayana Parvati Nandana Shubhayana Mangalamo Shri Gayathri Mangalamo Shri Gayathri Jaya Gayanatha Shri Gayanatha Jaya Gayanatha Shri Jaya Gananatha Shri Ashtavinayaka Shubhayana Siddhivinayaka Shubhayana Vighneshwara Gananatha Gajanana Parvati Nandana Shubhayana Mangalamo Shri Gayathri Jaya Gananatha Shri Gayanatha Jaya Gananatha Shri Ashtavinayaka Shubhayana Siddhivinayaka Shubhayana Vighneshwara Gananatha Gajanana Bhairavi Ambe Bhavani
Bhavani. Jagadambe Mata Jagajanani. Jagadambe Mata Jagajanani. Amba Bhairavi Ambe Bhavani. Narayani Patita Pavani. Narayani Patita Pavani. Parthi Pureeshwari Sai Janani. Parthi Pureeshwari Sai Janani. Bhairavi Ambe Bhavani. Jagadambe Mata Jagajanani. Amba Bhairavi Ambe Bhavani. Narayani Patita Pavani. Parthi Pureeshwari Sai Janani. Parthi Pureeshwari Sai Janani. Bhairavi Ambe Bhavani.
Brahmanda Nayaka Baba Parthi Pureeshwara Baba. Brahmanda Nayaka Baba Parthi Pureeshwara Baba. सागर सूरज तुम्हारी भलाई. नदिया सागर तुम्हारी भलाई. नदिया सागर तुम्हारी भलाई.
राधे श्याम गोपाला राधिका जीवन श्री रंगा श्याम गोपाला राधिका जीवन श्री रंगा राधे श्याम गोपाला राधिका जीवन श्री रंगा श्याम गोपाला मनमोहन सुंदर श्री रंगा
विभूति सुंदर साईनाथ।
हरि आनंदमय जय नारायण। हरि आनंदमय जय नारायण। साई आनंदमय जय नारायण। हरि आनंदमय जय नारायण। वसुदेव दादा जीवन। वसुदेव राधा जीवन। परमानंदा माधवा। परमानंदा माधवा। परमानंदा माधवा। परमानंदा माधवा। वसुदेव राधा जीवन। परमानंदा माधवा। परमानंदा माधवा। परमानंदा माधवा। परमानंदा माधवा। नारायण हरि नारायण। नारायण हरि नारायण। देवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्।
Sai Ram. Bhagawan's counsel for today. We eat food today just as we have been doing all these years. We are looking at the same faces today that we have been seeing all these days. Are we asking ourselves, why do we see the same face again and again? We feed the same stomach which we had fed with food yesterday and the day before. Do we ever question why do we have to feed the same stomach again today? We easily understand and accept these normal tasks, but why do we think and question our traditions and customs and even the act of praying to God every day? Our sacred scriptures and divine stories from the past are to guide and save us. Times may change, the world may change, new epochs may come, but divinity is one and the same and is unchanging. Most of you seek things that are ever changing. Why don't you seek things that are permanent and unchanging? Jai Sai Ram, and now we shall offer Mangala Arathi to Bhagawan.
Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Satya Sai Hare Bhakta Jana Samrakshak Bhakta Jana Samrakshak Parthi Vighneshwara Om Jai Jagadish Hare Shashi Vadana Sai Sarva Pranapati Swami Sarva Pranapati Ashrita Kalpalatika Ashrita Kalpalatika Avatara Om Jai Jagadish Hare Mata Pita Guru Devam Mariyandayunive Swami Mariyandayunive Nath Brahma Jaganatha Nath Brahma
तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्